Hope had always carried her name like a lantern in the darkness, though her life gave her little reason to hope at all. Poverty clung to her like a second skin. For 2 long years she nursed her frail mother, feeding her when she could, comforting her when the pain grew unbearable. But medicine was a luxury Hope could never afford. One morning, desperation outweighed fear. With a whispered prayer, she left her mother's bedside and went into the city to find work. It was there she met him. Mr. McCarthy was a man who radiated wealth, the kind of wealth that silences rooms and bends the air with its presence. His suit was sharp, his voice deep, and his eyes unreadable. Hope approached him timidly, asking if he knew where she might find employment. He gave her a strange, humorless smile. "You wouldn't want to work for a man like me," he said softly. But Hope begged. Her mother's life depended on it. And at last, Mr. McCarthy nodded. "You'll clean my house," he said. "You may return home every Friday. Do not ask questions. And above all," his gaze hardened, "never enter the West Room." Hope agreed without hesitation. For weeks, she kept to her duties. The house was magnificent yet unsettling, its rooms heavy with silence, its corridors echoing as though voices lingered there long after conversation had ended. She tried not to notice the way shadows seemed to stretch unnaturally at dusk. She tried not to hear the strange noises, scratches, groans, sometimes a guttural growl, seeping from behind the forbidden door. But curiosity is a powerful thing. One evening, as twilight bled into night, Hope could bear it no longer. She pressed her ear against the wooden door. A low, animalistic growl reverberated through it, sending a shiver through her spine. Against her better judgment, her trembling hand turned the knob. What she saw inside froze her blood. An old woman crouched in the corner, her skin peeling as though it were rotting from her bones. Her eyes glowed an unholy red, and when she bared her teeth, Hope saw fangs glistening in the dim light. The creature snarled, a sound neither human nor beast. Hope ran. She ran through the endless corridors, out the front door, and straight to the nearest police station. Breathless, shaking, she told them everything. The officers wasted no time. Guns in hand, they stormed Mr. McCarthy's mansion. But when the doors creaked open, the house was no longer the one Hope knew. The air was thick with dust. Furniture lay draped in cobwebs. Windows gaped like hollow eyes. It looked as though no one had lived there for centuries. Hope stood trembling, her mind fracturing under the weight of the impossible. How had she slept in that house? How had she walked those halls, touched those walls? The trauma clung to her for months. Sleep was a stranger, shadows a constant enemy. Yet slowly, she began to heal. She cared for her mother as best she could, though poverty still pressed down on them. A knock came at her door. A delivery man stood there, holding a heavy wooden box. "It's from a Mr. McCarthy," he said. Hope's skin prickled with cold. Her hand shook as she untied the cord and opened the box. Inside, nestled in dark velvet, lay gold jewelry that shimmered like captured sunlight. A note rested on top. "I apologize for the way we parted. You were faithful, and I never had the chance to thank you. Please accept this small token of my appreciation. Signed, Mr. McCarthy." Hope's breath caught in her throat. The jewelry paid for her mother's medication and lifted them from poverty into comfort. Yet the whispers in the town never ceased. Some said the house had been abandoned for 1,000 years. Others told of a wealthy man who once lived there with his beloved wife, who had turned into something no longer human. They said he locked her away to protect her from the world, and the world from her. When he died, her grief chained her spirit to that room forever. And some swore that on moonless nights, the silhouette of a man could still be seen wandering the grounds, hunting for blood to keep his cursed bride alive. Hope never returned to that house. But sometimes, in the stillness of night, when shadows lengthened across her bedroom wall, she wondered if the gift of gold was truly gratitude, or a reminder that the debt between her and the House of Shadows was not yet paid.